Well, it seems that Bitcoin has finally broke the Fed. Or the Fed's just broke itself. I don't know. We're going to talk about the big Fed news here. Also, some big Bitcoin news, Bitcoin ETF news, of course, as always. Are the Saudis about to start max bidding? Also, some big news from just really right across space. Lots of stuff going on, guys. Lots of stuff to discuss today. Taking a look at the charts, taking a look at narratives. Apparently, Chinese grandmas are starting to get it back into crypto. If you guys don't know the power of Chinese grandmas, you got to watch out. They're a big force in crypto. I'm serious. Anyway, guys, welcome to the party. Welcome. Of course, you're joining here on the YouTube or X live streams. Happy to have you here. Of course, if you're watching this later, enjoy the show, of course, as well. We always post these on Spotify and Apple as well. So listen in your car, you can do that too. All right, guys, let's dive in. Let's get into the good stuff here and take a quick look at the Bitcoin charts. So Bitcoin continuing to show a lot of resilience here, making a nice little bounce here the other day. Not bad. Of course, we had that big scary, oh my gosh, Elizabeth Warren put in this scary bill crash day when we dropped down from 44 to about 40K. You know, politicians, man, who cares what Elizabeth Warren has to say? Bill's probably not going to pass anyway. Doesn't really matter. Bitcoin cruising back up a little bit from there. And of course, yes, guys, I forgot to mention we do have some big ledger news. We're going to be talking about that today as well. Can't forget about that. Big news. Resolved itself rather quickly, but still pretty damn big news. So make sure to stick around. We'll cover that in a few minutes. We got to talk about the Fed news first. Got to talk about what Bitcoin's doing. So Bitcoin continuing just to hover here above 40K, which I think is a really nice zone. Actually, seeing it bounce off 40K the other day was very nice. Still, we have the potential that we saw how the market reacted for one news event, which was the Elizabeth Warren thing. We saw, of course, people front running that news coming out. People got a heads up before it came out. So, look, we could still see this kind of stuff in the run up to the Bitcoin ETF. I don't know what else they're going to pull out of their butts, to be honest, at this point, but probably something. BlackRock will have any little trick they can to let people get in. Their whale buddies get in a little bit cheaper. We'll see what they pull out in the next few days. Stay frosty, guys. Dips are for buying in an uptrending market. Not financial advice, of course, but that's what I'm going to be watching out for personally. Anyway, Ali here pointing out that over $19.7 billion are flowing into Bitcoin and Ethereum today. This is around the same capital inflow we saw back in December 2020. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. That's net position change here. So fascinating to see, of course, big amounts of money starting to move around in the market. Pretty interesting stuff right here. Now, it's not just, straight cash flowing in. This is money moving around, but still we're seeing big money moves right now. Money moves that are very reminiscent of what we saw in December 2020 when we saw Bitcoin surge from 18 to 65,000. It's food for thought. Of course, is that getting everybody excited today and has seen a bit of reversal come through in the market is Big Daddy Powell, J-Dog. Everybody is basically saying, well, this is it. It is the time that the Fed is pivoting. We can call this the soft pivot if you want. So let's break down macro dose here. Broke it down for us very, very nicely. So we're going to read some of his comments here about what Jerome Powell said at the speech. And I know, the Federal Reserve is super boring. I get it. But this is important because when we have our pivot or pause, which seems like we have the pause now, and when we start cutting rates in the near future, this is big for markets. This is market moving stuff here, guys, that can really define the future for how 2024 is going to be. Anyway, so he said the Fed's keeping rates at 5.5 to 5.25%. They're going to remain focused on the dual mandate of max employment and stable prices. 2% inflation still the target, as mentioned the other day. Currently at 3.1%, they still want to get it down to 2%, heading in the right direction, though slowly but surely. Powell stated the Fed believes they're now at or near peak rates for this cycle. Policy is well into restrictive territory, and further tightening effects of previous hikes likely still to come. Let me translate that for you. That means the pause is likely here. Can't say for certain. Again, there's lots of moving pieces. Something could still break and they could have to raise rates again. But it looks like this is Jerome Powell saying, that's it. That's it. It's time. We're done. It's no more rate hikes are going to be needed. But the near peak rates part, well, you could still have one. Just in case. Just in case. They're keeping that in their back pocket. They don't want to be too definitive, right? Like I said, soft pivot, perhaps what we can say this is. Says further hikes not off the table, but it's not the base case anymore for the Federal Reserve Open Meeting Committee. Said once the Fed decides it has reached peak rates, their next question is when it will become appropriate to dial back monetary policy, aka rate cuts. When will they start cutting the damn rates? Oh, they're gonna. It's only a question of time. Powell stated the members did not reach an agreement or debate this. They merely stated what they expect and acknowledged that this is a topic for further discussion. Powell further stated the Fed are conscious of the risk of holding on to interest rates for too long and stated it's a mistake the Fed doesn't want to make. The U.S. can't afford to make that mistake. It's not that they don't want to make it. They can't afford to make that mistake because the U.S. interest payments on its debt are already crushing. If they let this go for too long, they're going to crash the car, aka the economy, and they don't want to do that. So they're going to be forced to cut, whether they want to or not. Number 6, median forecast for interest rates 4.6% at the end of 2024, aka 3 rate cuts next year, and 3.6 at the end of 2025. Interesting. He reiterated this is not a plan, but an accumulation of estimates from FOMC members. Furthermore, he stated no one is declaring victory and that'd be premature to do so. Inflation's still too high. They still want 2%. We're at 3%. It's 50% higher than they want it for reference, but hey, still higher than they wanted. So they still want to get down to 2%. But previously they have said, yeah, 3% could be okay. So they're not in panic mode anymore. We're not at 9%, guys. Inflation expectations remain well anchored. Real wages are now positive, and this may improve the mood of consumers. Number 9, the Fed are not talking about altering the rate of quantitative tightening at present. They have decreased securities holdings by over $1 trillion, but have not yet reached appropriate level of bank reserves. 10, growth has slowed substantially from third quarter. High interest rates weighing on fixed investment activity in housing sector has flattened out. Medium projection for GDP next year is 1.4%. Thin margin. He stated stronger than expected growth isn't a problem in of itself, but if it exerts inflationary pressures, then that interfere with the Fed's policy goals may force them to alter the path of monetary policy. 11, jobs gains have slowed from earlier this year. Unemployment rates remain low. Wage growth easing, but still above levels consistent with the 2% target. 12, the economy isn't in a recession right now, but there's a real possibility of a recession in 2024. Right. So some of this is exactly what Powell said. Others, bit of paraphrasing here. Powell thinks that inflation we saw in this cycle was not normal, but a pot boiling over inflation due to the massive demand surge, but more to do with strong demand and significant supply shocks due to the pandemic. So this is a big event. That is, in a lot of ways, the Fed kind of saying, hey, it's time to make a pivot soon. That's why I'm calling this the soft pivot. The hard pivot will be when they actually start cutting those interest rates. So keep an eye out for that. BlackRock says the Fed Chair Jerome Powell's speech is a green light for investors. And this is part of why we are seeing basically NASDAQ and the S&P 500 inches away from breaking to new highs. Crazy stuff. I love it. I love to see it. And of course, crypto been rallying, and a strong rally in equities usually bodes pretty well for the crypto markets as well, especially with all these strong wins we have in our sales, the Bitcoin halving, the Bitcoin ETF, all these big improvement protocols coming for Solana and Ethereum and all the rest of the stuff, all the banking adoption that's going on around the world, all the regulatory clarity that's starting to come through. Big stuff's afoot, guys. Big stuff. This is funny. SEC Chair Gary Gensler on spot Bitcoin ETFs. We had in the past denied a number of these applications, but the courts here in DC weighed in on that. So we're taking a new look at this based upon those court rulings, aka we got slapped down in the courts. We have no logical reason to continue to deny these. And if I do deny BlackRock, I'm going to end up unalived in a park at some point. So I better do what the big boys say. But let's keep it real, guys. Gary's a Goldman alumni, and Gary's always been a ball player, and he's going to play ball here. And if you think, well, why didn't he give them a Bitcoin ETF sooner? Because the right people weren't asking. BlackRock needed to come in. The people who really run the place needed to come in. All these little guys like Van Eck, yeah, they're got their $75 billion in assets under management. They're a little guy. They're a small fish in BlackRock's big pond. But it's coming. It's coming. Laura Shin sharing an article here from the unchainedcrypto.com. Her website, she said a revised BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF filing will allow large U.S. banks to act as authorized participants for the funds, which again, just money. Money, guys. That's what. Money. Crazy stuff. Huge sums of cash are going to come into these markets. Huge sums of cash. It's really hard to estimate how wild the implications for all this stuff are. And it's not going to happen overnight. Got to keep pointing that out. But it is coming. It is coming. Bitcoin Archive here pointing out, why are so many Bitcoin ETF applications being refiled? It's a signal. The SEC is making its approval terms very clear to BlackRock, Fidelity, and others. They're all falling into line. The ducks are being put in a row. The only question is, will those ducks be put in a row in time for January 5th, January 10th approval date or not? As Night Strike here points out, I agree, by the way. We'll get to, of course, the Q&A session at the end of the conversation here, guys. But I like this. BlackRock is absolutely not to be trusted. They're part of the government. This is actually concerning. It's what I keep saying. We cannot trust BlackRock. BlackRock are not our friends. BlackRock are not here for the revolution. They are the antithesis of everything that Bitcoin stands for. But we're making the deal with the devil. They will pump our bags. Take it for what it is, but not more than it is. Anyway, Bitcoin ETF approval is inevitable. Now, we have some huge ledger news to cover here today. Some other really big news, too, I want to get into. But before we get into that ledger news, just a quick note. If you're a cryptocurrency trader, you got yourself an account over on BYBIT. Best damn place to be trading crypto coins. You want to do futures, they got you covered. You want to do spot altcoins, got you covered. Copy trading as well. There's up to 30K in claimable bonuses for deposit bonuses and trading bonuses by using the link down below in the description. Thank you in advance for using that link. Also, for you guys in the UK and Canada, the link to BitGet down there, which will you can go and trade on as well. BYBIT doesn't allow those guys. Okay. So, big day. Big day. Yeah. Ledger wallets, man. They have had so many mishaps recently. They had a big email leak last year or a year and a half ago, something like that. Then earlier this year, they had this thing where they want to roll out basically some kind of what did you call it? Social recovery program, right? That'll allow you to pay them $12 a month or something, and then you'll be able to recover your seed phrase, through cryptography and stuff like that, right? But here's the thing. Their messaging on that was terrible, and the community were pissed off because everybody's like, wait, hold on a second. You're going to say that there's some kind of back door that's going to be put into these things? No, we don't like that. And of course, look, the technology I think was pretty solid here. But now this has happened. Not impressed, Ledger. Not impressed. So there has been a situation. And as I'm Software points out here, do not interact with any dApps until further notice. It appears that a commonly used Web3 connector has been compromised, which allows for injection of malicious code affecting numerous dApps. So this is the Ledger Connect. So whenever you go to a site that has Ledger Connect with it, basically this inserts, this lets the people who insert that code drain your wallet, essentially. So very problematic. Very, very problematic. However, this guy only got away with 500K. Not too crazy. Think about it. This dude went in, hacked this third-party tool, not Ledger directly. Ledger wallets are still fine. I just want to point that out. But this was a third-party tool that was hacked. The Ledger Connect, right? And this works with all these DeFi apps and stuff like that. This could have brought DeFi to its knees. This could have been a very, very big event. Dude only got 500K worth of stuff, and it's been frozen by Tether. So he gets nothing. Nothing. Screw you, hacker dude. Dude. WTF. Anyway, Ledger coming out with official statement said we have identified and removed a malicious version of Ledger Connect Kit. A genuine version is being pushed to replace the malicious file now. Do not interact with any dApps for the moment. We will keep you informed as the situation evolves. Your Ledger device and Ledger Live were not compromised. It's important to point out these were not compromised. So your Ledger device still operates as normal. Your Ledger Live still operates as normal. It was a third-party plugin to be able to connect with DeFi dApps, but still not great, Ledger. Still not great. Apparently, this access to this got leaked by one of their employees getting their phone phished or something like that. So many just weak links everywhere, isn't there? Gosh damn, you're left thinking about your security in this space. It's getting to the point you can't even make a damn transaction without having to come over to X first and just read through the news. Okay, has anything been hacked today? Is there anything I should not interact with today? Jeez Louise. Anyway, the situation has been resolved. Only 500K was stolen. Obviously, I hope that wasn't your 500K. That 500K has now been frozen by Tether, so could have been a catastrophe. Was kind of just a minor incident. Not a great look for Ledger, though. They really got to do some work here to recover trust, I think, with the community. Look, I use Ledger devices. I use my Ledgers. The core components themselves are fine. Edward said, I thought he got the code from inside Ledger. That's good to know. That's not true. Yeah, he did not get the code. The code did not come from inside Ledger. So, the wallets are still safe. The software, the hardware wallets are safe. You can still safely use your Ledger wallets. It was this plugin that connected to DeFi apps particularly. So an important piece of thing, just there in the middle somewhere, something nobody ever thinks about. There's a bunch of code behind that, and some douche face comes in and exploits it and tries to have his big day. Yeah. Bud Conklin says, what's the best wallet? I'm done with Ledger. Looking to Trezor. Trezor's got a great reputation. They've been around for years. I know a lot of people have always preferred Trezor anyway. So check them out. They have very solid products. I've used a Trezor before. I prefer Ledger. I've just kind of always preferred Ledger. And I don't know, maybe I've taken a beating on using my Ledgers. Like, holy cow, these guys have done enough to freak everybody out over the past few years. Not great. I think, again, they've got some work to do, recover from this most recent event. So again, not fantastic. MetaMask also saying they have resolved the active issue. Users are currently advised to wait 24 hours for connecting. So just wait. Don't do anything. If it's not, just wait. Wait until tomorrow. Nothing you need to do today is that important. Wait till tomorrow. Make sure everything is actually sorted out here. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Stay safe out there, guys. I know. This is crypto, man. This is the future of finance. Strikes again. It's crazy stuff. It's so hard in crypto sometimes because you can do everything right, and then some bullshit like this happens. You can lose everything. And again, in this situation, only 500K was taken. Tether froze it. They'll probably return it to the rightful owner. So the system's worked this time. But we were this close to a meltdown. Not great, crypto. Not great. And this is the kind of stuff that is so hard for normies when they come in. Like, gosh darn, the level of just scamming and social engineering and phishing scams and just like, it's funny. Here's a funny one for you. Guess who snuck into my DMs on X today? I did. Scammers are so lazy. They messaged me pretending to be me, asking how my trades are going. Like, come on, man. Come on. Stop being so lazy, scammers. Holy cow. These guys, I just don't even know what to do sometimes. But remember, it's somebody's full-time job trying to steal your shit. Keep that in mind. That's why hardware wallets are so good, because you need to have the hardware wallet device in order to extract crypto from it. That's what makes them so powerful. But then you have stuff like this, and you try to, you're doing the right thing. You're using your Ledger wallet. You go and connect to a DeFi app, and boom, disaster strikes. It's frustrating. It's very, very difficult market to operate in. So this is why we always talk about those core tenets of risk management, right? Have a couple wallets. Have a hot wallet that you do certain DeFi stuff on. Have your cold wallet, where you've got your Bitcoin, for example, and maybe some of your bigger holdings. Maybe you have another one where you do some other stuff. Like I've got two hardware wallets, and I have two backups just in case I lose one of these. Either one of them breaks or something. So I've got a hot wallet as well. Try and keep things a little bit split up, just a little bit, because you never know when something's going to get hacked. Stuff gets hacked all the time. Be careful out there. Because people want what you got. And it sucks. But that's what it is. All right. Hey, let's lighten the mood a little bit here, guys. Let's lighten the mood a little bit. My bonk airdrop This is like a dog coin on Solana. It's worth $3,600 right now. Only problem is I sold mine for $150 when I got it. Classic. Sometimes I hold airdrops, sometimes I don't. This was an unexpected one. Dog coin. I thought, dog coin, whatever. Man, me and my fading of the power of memes. I've missed out on making a lot of money because I just have this like, oh, I don't do memes. I need to start doing memes. Memes are crazy. Power of memes, the simplicity of memes. You know, it's just, it just speaks to what people want in crypto. And, you know, today I just recorded a video about Chainlink's going to come out in a few days. And Chainlink's cool. It's interesting. CCIP is like, wow, powerful, crazy, cool technology. And like, but you have to really try to understand this stuff. It's big. And then you go and you see Bonk or Dogecoin or Pepe or whatever. Or I guess Pepe's not dog coin, but you come and see these dog coins. Like, oh, a coin has dog? Nice. I'll buy that. I like dogs. It's just, you know, I've been the biggest mid-curve, I swear, on meme coins. The wizard says, yes, memes are culture. People will pump memes. The ape says, coin has dog, good coin. Man, I'm stuck there in the middle going, no, what the ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense. Why would these things go up in value? Because they do. Because they do. Anyway, I was looking at the newest one the other day. It was a new one on Avalanche. 2 new ones on Avalanche, actually. One dude messaged me early about this wolf thing. I was like, it's like $1 million market cap. I was like, I should have thrown 10K in. Why not? Didn't do it. Anyway, it's up, 10x now or whatever. Meme coins. And then I was looking at the classic one on AVAX now. Cock in you. Yes, cock in you. Do you want some cock in you? Yes, that sounds fantastic. Who comes up with these names? Anyway, it's COQ. Okay, COQ. Like the chicken, like the French chicken, guys. Come on, get your heads out the gutter. Anyway. This thing's gone crazy too. It's up like 30, 40x or something since, it came out initially. Like meme coins, man, don't fade the power of culture. And I think that's how I've mid-curved meme coins. I faded the power of culture. They don't have to do anything. I mean, realistically, half the cryptos don't do anything anyway. May as well at least have a fun picture and some community and hype behind it, right? So anyway, there you go. That's my thoughts on that. You're going to miss stuff. It happens. Now here's some big news. The world's largest oil company, Saudi Aramco, has partnered with Japanese finance giant SBI Holdings to explore investing in digital assets. Guys, it's really happening. The meme is coming true. The Saudis are going to start max bidding Bitcoin. Crazy. Now, look, what they're going to start buying, hard to say, but like, holy crap. Imagine this. Imagine a Saudi Aramco, which I think is the 3rd or 4th biggest company by market cap in the world. Imagine that they start putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Well, MicroStrategy was big, and they've made a huge bet and bought crazy amounts of Bitcoin. But MicroStrategy is a relatively small company. They got, I don't know, they're not worth trillions. Let's put it that way. Saudi Aramco, or if Apple were to do it, or Microsoft were to do it, and Apple, Microsoft, Facebook even, like, I'm genuinely surprised they haven't. Like, you guys have so much cash just sitting there. Just buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Come on, get in. The water's fine. But if the Saudis really start doing it, holy crap. Come on. That sets off a massive precedent. One of the world's biggest oil companies, one of the biggest companies in the world overall, buying Bitcoin. Come on, that's bullish. The buy pressure from that alone is like as significant as, some Bitcoin ETF volume there, man. So holy cow. Anyway, we'll see. Not confirmed yet if they're going to start buying Bitcoin or not. They're just exploring investing at this point. Don't explore for too long, Saudi Aramco. We're going to gobble up all the coins first. BlackRock's beating you to the punch, guys. You better hurry up if you're going to start buying coins, because it won't be cheap forever. Oh, man. All right, now let's talk about Coinbase, because this is an interesting one. Coinbase stock. This is one I've been buying. I bought a lot during the bear market. Now, unfortunately, I bought a decent amount at the start of the bear market as well. So I'm up like 20% right now on my coin stock holdings, which, hey, that's not bad. I've got a bid in to buy some more at 85 bucks. And I'm like, Larkers, talk about stocks so boring. Look, I get it. Coinbase stock is something interesting though, because the Coinbase stock is probably one of the best bets, in my opinion, as a coin stock owner, that you can make on the crypto space in the stock market. Like Coinbase, one of the biggest damn exchanges out there. They got solid fee revenue. Now they're getting into real world asset stuff. They have their layer 2 base chain, all the fees of that going straight back into the pockets of Coinbase. And of course, where are all the Bitcoin ETFs going to custody? Coinbase. Coinbase, guys. That's where BlackRock's going to keep your Bitcoin when you have a Bitcoin ETF at Coinbase. Come on. Come on. This is big stuff. Big stuff right here. I think the potential for the Coinbase stock moving forward, it's like, a $35 billion market cap right now. So it's not a tiny baby by any means. And look, a 10x from here is a pretty big market cap. Let's be fair. Let's be fair about that. I think $1,000 would be a great price target for it in the bull run. But hey, things can always get a bit crazier. So it's not, 100x altcoin or something like that, right? But still pretty nice potential, I think. Especially if you have a retirement account or something you're putting this in and you can get this tax-free. It's a nice tax-free way potentially to be able to get access to the cryptocurrency markets through an investment. Okay. Let's talk about ordinals because shit's getting crazy over here, guys. This is nuts. Look. This inscription, what you're seeing here, this little mushroom Mario style 16-bit or 8-bit or whatever mushroom head with a bee crown on its head. That sold for $450,000 in the Sotheby's auction the other day. Crazy. Minted for $10, by the way. That's a G move right there. Holy cow. Who did that? Which one of you guys did this? But got it for $10, sold for $450K. Yo, that's crazy. Man, that's just the power of crypto, isn't it? It's so wild. The amount of people just make stupid money on here. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love to see it. In fact, under my bonk post back there, by the way, let's just find where this was. Under my bonk post, top comment here was a guy who bought $700 of bonk. And it's now worth $70K. Come on, this is life-changing money that happens here in this market. It's absolutely crazy. But you gotta hunt the narratives, right? We started talking about Bitcoin ordinals very early, Bitcoin NFTs very early over at the Wealth Mastery newsletter. We don't always cover everything here on the channel, but we had shorts on Bitcoin ordinals. We had a video on Bitcoin ordinals. I hope you guys were paying attention back then. Look, and I haven't got into the Bitcoin ordinal NFT game. There's just too much going on, man. I can't deal with NFTs. It's too much. It's too much, man. But wow, if you have the time to do that, like I've got my niches, right? I'm making content and I'm into DeFi and I'm into layer 1 blockchains and I'm into gaming. Those are my kind of big niches. But dude, if you have time to play the NFT game, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Dude. Here's a funny one, by the way. It's from a post by Andrew Kang. He said Chinese grandparents and villagers were buying ADA in 2020, preceded his 50x rally. He says Ordi is the new file for China, death taxes and Chinese pump groups. So as a response to this, said one of my Chinese best friends sent me this video, 70-year-old grandmas in China learning how and trade BRC20 tokens. This is why BINANCE have listed 2 BRC20 assets already, and I think they'll continue. Ordinals are crazy hyped in China. If you buy now, chances are you're getting dumped on by a Chinese grandma. What? Crypto, you're crazy. I love it. This is nuts. Now, if you guys are kind of newer around here, China is still very, very much a part of crypto. And I know there's been this, but China cracked down, China banned crypto. Yeah, China cracked down on crypto pretty hard. This is true. And if China didn't have such draconian measures in place for the cryptocurrency industry domestically, we'd be so much higher market cap. Wild. Because in spite of all of China's cracking down, China is still one of the biggest markets in the world for cryptocurrencies. People there are crazy about it. We see all these stories, even like the miners are back. China's back having like 20% globally of the hash rate for Bitcoin. We're seeing Hong Kong opening up to Bitcoin, spot Bitcoin ETFs coming to Hong Kong probably pretty soon. And so back in 2019, I want to say, a big part of our pump that year was these big like Ponzi schemes that came out in China that you had to go and buy like EOS and ETH and Bitcoin and dump them into this Ponzi scheme. Of course, that collapsed and price along with it. But man, the power of the China pump, next level stuff, guys. Don't fade Chinese grandmas. It's the moral of the story here. All right, and I like this thought from Layer GG, and I don't agree with all the assumptions here, so just keep that in mind. But he says, rather than investing in coins that peaked during the last bull market, consider these alternatives for the first half of 2024. So instead of Solana, think about Celestia. Instead of Binance Coin, look at Base, although Base doesn't have a token yet, to be fair. Instead of Optimism, ZK Sync. Instead of Arbitrum, Starknet. Instead of Link, Layer 0. Most of these don't have, by the way, tokens yet, but they will have tokens probably in the next few months. So keep that in mind. Instead of Uniswap, Wormhole. Instead of Dot Linea. Instead of Matic, Scroll. Now, this is interesting because obviously a lot of those coins are great. Like I hold Arbitrum, which hasn't been super great, but I think it'll do something one day. I hold Chainlink, which is fantastic. I hold Dot 2.0 is going to be big. Solana's been a big narrative this whole cycle. But here's the point. What have we seen happen with these new releases of very hyped chains? Celestia came out at $2. It's trading at like $12 now. Jito came out at, I don't know, I can't remember what the price was, 20 cents. That's worth $1 now or something. Went up like 100% or something a few days after it started trading. This is a bull market. And when you get these airdrop coins come out, people cash out real quick. There tends to be this first day or two of like kind of quiet price actions. Airdrop recipients drop their coins and sell them for cash. And then prices tend to take off very shortly afterwards. I mean, look at like ZK Sync or Starknet or Layer 0 or Eigenlayer or Wormhole or Linea and Scroll. Like these are all super hyped right now. Super hyped right now. And when those come out, not financial advice, obviously, but when those come out, there's a good chance that these will be big winners in the short term. So if you're looking for these narratives to play, these new coins to play, those are the interesting ones that could be really big winners in this cycle. So keep an eye out for these when they come out. And also different apps and stuff. Like when Jupiter, the Solana-based decentralized exchange, like when they release their token, there's going to be a lot of airdrop numbers. And that may be an opportunity for somebody who wants to make a short-term position on there or just get a good entry into it by buying within the first few days, not the first few minutes, not the first few minutes of listing. You're probably going to get burned that way. From what I've seen, first few minutes are crazy pumps. Then we tend to have a bit of cool down. Things relax. There's an opportunity. Doesn't always happen like this, but just food for thought, right? Obviously, you're taking risks here and you can lose all your money because investing in cryptocurrency is risky. You can always lose all your money. Keep that in mind. But interesting. I like the idea of playing new narratives. New coins have the benefit of not having a bunch of salty ass bag holders. Always worth keeping in mind. Okay. We're going to open up the floor to your questions here real quick. Just a quick reminder before we do that. If you're not signed to Wealth Mastery yet, you got to get checked out, guys. Best damn newsletter in the cryptocurrency industry. And I know I keep saying that, but I keep saying it because it is true. It is the best damn newsletter in crypto. And it's free. You can join our over 90,000 weekly readers by using the link down below to get signed up. And you'll start receiving all kinds of alpha straight to your inbox. Deep dive reports on all kinds of stuff. We had a deep dive report on Injective recently. We had a DeFi tutorial on how to use Drift, Web3 gaming avalanche article, top 5 real world asset altcoin gems. Like you can come and just read all these articles on the website, thewealthmastery.io, by the way. You don't have to sign up to the newsletter, but you should because it's awesome. You're going to get even more value put into your inbox. Latest airdrops, altcoin alpha, NFT mints, all that kind of stuff. So check it out, guys. Link in the description. So that being said, let's open up the floor to your questions. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's hang out 15, 20 minutes, something like that, and do some questions. Flying Tiger says, Jupiter conjunct Uranus at the halving. It's Uranus. It's Uranus, guys. Named after the Greek god Euron. Okay, it's Uranus. But that's still funny. All right. Michael asks, Lark, do you think that dead NFT projects will pump in the same way dead altcoins pump in a bull market? Yeah, probably. To some extent, I think we'll see some of that happening. We'll see these old NFT projects that nobody really cares about anymore, but somebody's going to find it. They're going to buy a bunch of them. They're going to hype it up and they're going to pump it and dump it, and that'll be the end of it. Some NFT projects will come back from the dead when NFT hype starts again. The developers will crawl out of whatever, hole they've been hiding in for 2 years and say, oh, we're back, guys. Now our NFT is like the new best thing and it cures cancer and makes puppies happy. And, people believe it because it's the bull market and everything's hyped up and that'll pump, and you know how it all ends. Anyway, yeah, I think we'll see some of the dead ones come back, but a lot of the dead ones are probably just going to stay dead. NFTs, I think, are much more volatile and so much less liquid than even altcoins. So keep that in mind. If I was playing the NFT game, and I was thinking about this the other day, if I was playing the NFT game, I'd look for some more established collections that are still at like 90% below their all-time highs, for example, because they may go back to those highs, or at least even halfway up to their highs, because of course they're priced in ETH. So if ETH gets too crazy, people may not want to get into it. Rex, good question. Is it too late to go dumpster diving, or are micro caps still hidden gems? It is not too late to go dumpster diving, my friend. Look, there is some stuff down there. I've been looking. I've been hunting, sniffing around. There's some good donuts at the bottom of the dumpster, guys. All right, I know they're half-eaten donuts, but they're still good. They're fresh enough. Brush them off. Put them in your bag. Some good stuff down there. No, but seriously, though, there's some pretty interesting stuff in the under $50 million market cap range. So go there, have a look. Look for newer coins as well. Coins that came out during the bear market. Those are very interesting ones. Or ones that came out very late cycle bull market, 2021. Like if they came out in like December 2021 or January 2022, they just got hammered. But there's actually some good stuff down there with good partners, good backers, good tech, good looking games, stuff like this. But they're just been ignored by the market because everyone's chasing after the big hype stuff. They haven't got down that far yet. And some of these coins can move really fast. And there's some good stuff down there, but there's also a lot of crap down there. It's a graveyard. Under $50 million, it's a graveyard. I saw some blockchains down there. Scary, man. I saw some blockchains down there I haven't seen in years. I didn't know they were still like alive, like walking zombies. Dead, but still moving, still trading for some unbeknownst reason to me. Okay. Metal Seer, how many advantages of BTC will the BTC ETF lose? Well, when you get a Bitcoin ETF product, you're only capturing price movement. You're not capturing the real value of Bitcoin. And that's fine. A lot of people are interested in the price, and there's no shame in that. Be interested in the price. If you want the price to go up, fantastic. I hope everybody gets $1 million Bitcoin and we can all, dump on BlackRock at $1 million. Fantastic. But having Bitcoin with BlackRock is not really having Bitcoin. You're having a much better product via spot Bitcoin ETF compared to futures, obviously. And this is very impactful for the rest of us holding our bags because they need to suck up lots of liquidity to give to these institutional players. But I will keep my Bitcoin in my hardware wallet. Thank you very much. I like having powerful money that I can send to anyone, anywhere, anytime in the world, regardless of what they think, who they do, who they vote for. Powerful. Okay, where are we up to next? Making decisions. What are the best mid-cap altcoin exchanges that do allow U.S. traders besides Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I don't have a great answer for you for that. Maybe somebody else can hop in here and let us know what some of the good ones are. But the U.S. has basically chased out most of the exchanges. Nobody wants to do business with the U.S. anymore because it's a shit show. Why would you want to do any business with the U.S.? Because you're just getting chased after by the SEC and have to deal with giant lawsuits and all the rest of the BS. So, yeah, Coinbase, Kraken, Binance US are probably your best ones. And of course, here's the truth for you. Probably you want to get on chain. Now, not everything's on chain. I know some blockchains and stuff are only trading on like KuCoin or, I don't know, some other like super shady third tier exchange. But for the most part, you just want to get on chain. Get a wallet. Put some money in it, go do stuff. You want to find a hot gem, Get on Uniswap, man. Get on QuickSwap on Polygon. Get on Trader Joe on Avalanche, whatever it might be. Find those early gems. They're out there, but you got to go hunt for them and often on chain. By the time a lot of stuff gets listed on Coinbase, it's already too late. That's the exit liquidity moment. The people who bought on chain when it was $1, $5, $10, $20 million market cap, they're dumping at the $1 billion market cap when it gets listed on Coinbase. That's how it works. So get on chain. That's where you want to find the good stuff. Okay, we're up to here. What are your thoughts on XRP for 2024? Look, I'm not the biggest XRP fan. I don't really keep an eye on the charts or think about XRP too much. But what I can say about XRP is that now that they've won the court case, I think that clears the way for XRP to actually start having some movements again. So if the rest of the market starts moving, XRP has remained a very popular coin for as long as it's been around, basically. And I get it. When you look into XRP, I understand why people are excited about XRP. It's got an interesting value proposition. And if that's a value proposition you're into, it's something worth looking at. So I would say that in 2024, now that this big problem has gone away, XRP could really start doing some stuff. So I'm still not buying it, but you know, hey, if you got a bag of it, man, I'm wishing you the best. I hope you make truckloads of money out of it. The crypto report. Love the channel, Lark. Do you think that Bonk can flip SHIB? I've literally not thought about that. It's such a weird thing. Like, I have no idea. Is Bonk doing something? I guess it doesn't matter what they're doing. They have a dog picture. Can one dog picture be more than the other dog picture? Sure. Can it? Yes. Will it? I don't know. It's a fascinating question. I think there's a lot of hype right now for Bonk and the whole Solana ecosystem. Shiba Inu, maybe it's just the old dog. You know, Dogecoin's the OG. It gets OG status, the original meme coin. Shiba Inu, yeah, you know, it's still got some proving to do. And I know they launched all this other stuff. They got like a game and stuff and a metaverse and a side chain and blah, blah, blah. Do Shiba Inu holders really care about all that stuff? I don't know. So look, I don't think about this too much. I have no real prediction on that, but can it? Yeah. Will it? I don't know. Interesting question, though. Interesting question. All right, let's find a couple more here. Create says so much money wasted on DOT and ADA. Lol. Just because your coin hasn't moved yet. Now maybe you're responding to someone else here, but just if your coin hasn't moved yet, doesn't mean it won't move. Polkadot, for example, Polkadot 2.0. I think when that comes out, you're going to see a big movement on Polkadot personally. So watch out for that. You know, I know how it feels. I really do. You're sitting here, you're watching all this other crap just pump like crazy, and your coin's doing nothing. I've been sitting in this link trade, for example, for like 2 weeks now or something like that. And all this other stuff, like Avalanche is up 100%, and this coin's popping off, and this link's doing nothing right now. And that happens. I've got a big bag of Polkadot again. I'm watching, I should have sold my Polkadot and bought Avalanche. I'd be up massively. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? You never really know exactly what's going to happen in markets. And this is why you try to position yourself. You get those spot orders, you position yourself in. And this is why we have a few different coins as well, because look, Avalanche's been a big winner. Maybe DOT won't be a big winner, but I think that it will. I think the narrative will shift back around to Polkadot around the release of Polkadot 2.0. That's when the price will start moving. That's when traders will start paying attention. That's when big things will start happening. So watch out for that. Cardano, same thing, man. Like, I know it's not a Cardano 2.0 upgrade coming up anytime soon, but truth is, man, people love Cardano. It's got a big community of people behind it, and it still gets all kinds of media attention. So it'll move. The only question is when. Randomness. Oasis Rose will go above $1 if BTC goes above 100K. Yes. Oh, I'm waiting for it. Got this big bag of Rose, man. Big bag of, I mean, look, Oasis is a very powerful blockchain, and they got great partners and all this stuff. But yo, I feel in you here, man. It got up to 50 cents in the last bull run. Even if it goes back to 50 cents, I'm a happy chappy. If it goes to $1, I'm gonna name my yacht Rose. There you go. Wes WizKid, thoughts on Wire and Finance? The protocol or the token? Let's talk about both of them. Wire and Finance, the protocol, Pretty cool. I've used it quite a few times before. It's a nice way to earn yield. They've got cool stablecoin farms and stuff. Like, understand the risks. Obviously, with DeFi, you can still lose all your money, obviously. But yeah, I've used them quite a few times. It's pretty cool. Now, the YFI token, I don't know. I don't have an opinion on the YFI token. I know a lot of people made a lot of money on it early in the day farming that coin, but I don't have any particular opinion on what it's doing now. I haven't looked at it in a while. Every once in a while, I'll peek my head in and think, do I want to put some money in a YFI vault or not? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Haven't in a while, though. Maybe I will soon. Don't know. All right, let's find a couple more here. Imagination Man 8 is moving big in the last week. Awesome. Awesome. The big stuff will move again. The big stuff will move again, guys. LMP, I've been in Link since 2017 under $3. Ellen, that is a crazy hold. That is a crazy hold. That's amazing. That's like long-term conviction. I hope you got into staking. You're such an OG in Link. I hope you were able to get into staking. I didn't get into staking. I got my bag too late. I was, in general access, so the pools were filled up by the time I was able to get in. But that's conviction right there. And I hope that your conviction is rewarded and that you're going to be able to sell your chain link for hundreds of dollars in the future and absolutely just kill it. It's tough with something like Chainlink because the technology is so incredible, but you have to do some work to understand it. It's not just handed to you on a platter. Bonk, it's a dog coin. We all love dogs, right? And people come in, I like dogs too, so I'm going to buy the dog coin. Again, I completely have mid-curved memes, and I need to stop doing that. I really do. Just need to, anytime I hear about a new meme coin, just throw 10K in, look at it like, okay, I'm either going to lose that 10K or it's going to turn into like hundreds of thousands of dollars, one or the other. Because that's what happens with meme coins. It's an asymmetric bet, essentially. But then you have great stuff like Link, crazy good technology, fundamental to the entire cryptocurrency space. Much what we do in crypto wouldn't even be possible without Chainlink. Yeah, I'll give you $14 per coin. Okay, great. Thanks, market. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Jason says, Yearn just sold all the Yearn by accident. What? That's crazy. I did not hear about that. No, the what? WTF. Anyway. Manny Walk, do you ever do meets and greets? I should do some next time I go out and about in the world. I haven't done any locally. Not for a long time. 2018, I think we had a small. Well, I went to a blockchain group thing, but yeah, we did a meet up in Singapore, and gosh, when was that? It was a long time ago. Was that 2019? Gosh, those ages ago. And I think we did one in Sydney in 2019 as well. Anyway, but yeah, we need to do some more. It's been years. It's been years. We should do some. Maybe this bull run, we'll do some in Dubai or Singapore or something. Next time, or some big conferences, we'll do that. Now we'll run some competitions or something. I'll fly a couple of you guys out. There'll be fun. Okay, where are we up to next? Making decisions. Can I be a U.S. citizen but use a VPN to trade on exchange and do KYC, or is the problem just living in the U.S. regardless of citizenship? I don't know the answer to that. I don't live in the U.S., so I don't know what the workarounds are, to be honest. But in general, you might not even be able to get in with a VPN. Everybody wants KYC, so they're going to want your whatever documents, right? Some will let you get in with a VPN, but you still need to show non-US documents. I know that people have been using like IDs from Palau. Is it Palau? You can buy a driver's license there or something, or a national ID card for like $200 or something. So I know some people have been using that to do KYC on certain exchanges. They are accepted at certain exchanges. So there's that. I'm not recommending you do that. I'm just saying what some people are doing. But yeah, being a U.S. citizen in the USA is hard. If you're not a non-U.S. citizen in the USA, still hard, but there might be some workarounds with VPNs and stuff like that. So, but generally, Americans need to be protected, and the SEC is protecting you guys. You're getting protected from airdrops. You're getting protected from token sales. You're getting protected from early stage venture investing in crypto and outside of crypto. You're getting protected from all kinds of stuff. But the good news is you can always take all of your money and go down to the casino or go down and play the lottery and gamble your entire life savings away in 1 minute. And no one's going to protect you from doing that. But doing your own research and making your own investments, no, honey, no. There, little person. The SEC is here to protect you. It's gross. I hate them. I hate them. Hey, hate's too strong a word. Tried to hate anybody, and I hate them. Screw them. Damn those guys. Anyway. Okay, we're up to 1 or 2 more here, guys, and we'll finish up for today. DJ Markman, have a beer with Liz Warren and gain some alpha. Yeah, all these inside traders over at Congress. Pretty crazy, man. Mr. Harry Lasagna saying no, VPNs do not work on CEXs, centralized exchanges for Americans, so probably no luck there. There will be some options out there somewhere for somebody, but you might have to start looking at some pretty shady exchanges, and you just really don't want to do that, man. Shady exchanges have a reputation for being shady and going dark and taking everyone's money, and just you're taking risks. You're better off just trying to do stuff on chain, to be honest. Again, get on chain. That's where you can find a lot of the good stuff, really, anyway. Andy's saying the SEC is protecting you from profits. Hey, man, you can't have all these people getting rich. Come on. You need everybody to be poor and dependent on the government. What's an interesting question? UT4EB, please let us know your thoughts on whether domain names in Solana have a future. Bona fide crypto is a play that have narrative. I think domain names are interesting on all chains, and especially a lot of these domain names have no tokens. The Ethereum name service, ENS, did not have a token. Then people who had ENS domain NFTs got tokens, and they were worth like $10,000 or $20,000, something crazy like that. I would suspect, and I've claimed an ID on most of the layer 2s and stuff like that. So my guess is that we're going to see some of these layer 2, or like Solana, for example, not in layer 2, of course, but Solana, these sort of name service domain names there, potentially getting some big traction as well, or not. But you might get an airdrop anyway. So for me, it was like $20 to get the Solana ID. I got mine. I thought, hey, for $20, screw it. That's fine. If I get an airdrop, great. If not, well, c'est la vie. John, thanks for the super chat, man. DYDX, GMX yesterday. Today, Rockets, RabbitX, Level Drift, RoseX, Hyperliquid Equation, many others popping up like weeds. What makes one good, another bad? Yeah. It's actually a good topic for some research reports, actually. What are the top decentralized exchanges, top decentralized perpetual exchanges, perhaps in particular? Look, there's a lot of things that make these things different, and a lot of it's hype and narrative and who's pumping what at what time. And gosh, there's 100 DEXs now, probably more. Most of them have almost no liquidity. There's 20 or 30 perpetual swap exchanges on chain now. Most of them have no liquidity and all that stuff. So I think you really need to dig into the token models on this, right? So like DYDX is basically useless as a token. It's one of those, okay, you get a discount on your fees, I think. And that, look, if you're trading really big size, I guess that can make a difference for you. But GMX, for example, that actually pays you money, real yield based on the exchange fees. That's attractive. So very different, very different. I would never really consider owning DYDX. GMX, I would consider owning. Maybe I should have bought some, but I didn't. But I would consider owning it because you get paid. I like getting paid. That's why I like Trader Joe, decentralized exchange. They don't do perpetual swaps, but they do have all kinds of great altcoins from the Avalanche space and the Arbitrum space and stuff like that. And you get real yield paid in USDC, and that's juicy. I love it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. This has been a fantastic chat. As always, great questions. Absolutely great questions. And I will see you next time. Have a great weekend. Almost Christmas time, guys. I hope you got all your present shopping done. I'll see you next time. Peace.